messaged me.
Oh, wonderful.
He said he's gonna come down. And he's gonna come down today, but he ain't gonna have the time.
Okay.
But I did get with him to make a video. And he's like, that's all I got to do with the topic. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's simple, man. Send me my way. So far, I got like 3 or 4 videos.
All right.
Yeah. I'm missing Victor's and Jumbo's, like I said, for ours.
Yeah, Jumbo, I know he's going to be down a little bit because it's mine. So.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Reggie?
Victor did text me.
Good.
For once.
Good.
So, he got with me and said, yeah, I'm on board. So, okay, good. So, we're all good.
What's up, cuz?
What's up, everybody? I was at the gate the other day, Reggie, and I saw your son. I asked for you. I was like, where's your pop? He's like, he just drove away. I was like, oh, I missed him. So, I am making my rounds. Oregon Ave this morning. PHL the other day, I stood till about 4:30. It's PCI time. Give him a minute. He says our screen keeps jumping.
Screen jumping?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's because this is the good show right here. Look, boom, boom, boom. I see it zooming in and out a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Daryl? Love you too, man. You too.
What's up, guys?
All right, just go on the website, spcr.org, Reggie, and you hit the donation link. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And donate to the campaign too, man.
Absolutely. All donations, nothing's too little.
Nothing. Or too big.
Or too big. All right. Get that one anonymous guy. $1 million.
Man, listen.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, as soon as this the promos and the
he said, I want the match, the check.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. We appreciate everybody that's on board, trust me. I mean, it's not just about, saying you're going to do something. It's about getting out there and doing it. It does take money, making copies, getting out there.
What's up, Chef? What's up, Chef Salvucci? What's going on?
What is needed to the campaign?
Well, right now, the main thing is it's really not a lot. People just got to see us.
You want to adjust that a little bit? Because I do see the jumping.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, it's all right.
I don't even know how to do it.
Just see if you can move it. Maybe
that might be right there.
Yeah. Maybe I think.
Yeah.
Trying to fix it for you guys so don't
donations
jump.
for like flyers, shirts. When we come out there with the pearls and water ice, those type things. But it's really not a lot because we built the foundation up for years. So needing a lot of money is not the case. Now, if we were just starting out, it would probably be because we're trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
But we don't have to because we've been doing this for the last few years now. So we don't really need a lot.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying don't donate, but it's not, money is not the big thing.
Yeah. The donations are going right back to the people anyway. That's basically what he's saying, right? The donations would be basically going right back to the people.
Right.
Yeah. So whatever's donated, we're just putting it right back out there. Nothing's for us personally. You weren't there last night. I promoted the radio station. I threw it all over the thing. Carl was sitting there. I put one down. And then I didn't put one over him. I walked away, and I think he said something smart, and I put one right next to him.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no need for that.
Yeah, it's not, man. It's gonna get tight, man. People gonna get in their feelings.
Oh,
but it is what it is.
Oh, it's campaigning time.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff going on before we get on. Okay.
All
right, we'll be on the air soon, fellas and ladies and gents.
You just said the right thing. It goes back to the people. It does. We don't want nothing for ourselves. That's why we're doing this. I mean, we haven't been selfish this whole time. I mean, you got to think about it. Hook and Jumbo and everybody's been out here for the last 3 years plus doing everything. I mean, they lost and still were campaigning. So you guys got to understand, whatever donations that you do give, it goes right back to the people. We live in an era where everybody's very visual. So when I get out there, I got my little flyers out there I make sure I, basically go towards the people. You know, you got different criterias with different, sets of people that you gotta, cater to. So I got new hires I gotta cater to. I got veterans I gotta cater to. I got people that aren't as veteran, but they've been there a few years I gotta cater to. So you gotta make sure that, we cater to everybody. And that's the key thing. You gotta make sure you're there to cater to them. I mean, we're there. I'm at the gates.
All right, good people. All right, good people. We are on air now. You're listening to WOOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of 623 Lives Matter Radio Show. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be able to do this for our members and the people that listen to us across the country. Before we get into it, I want to have a moment of silence for our brother, John Hughes. People don't know he lost his mother, I believe it was yesterday or 2 days ago. And so we just want to have a moment of silence for him and his family. Let him and his family know that his brothers at 623 are thinking about him, thinking about his family. And we just hope that God would give you guys peace that passes all understanding. All right. So, as you guys know, it's another week. That means it's 7 weeks left.
Good morning, everybody.
Yep. So it's time. It's time.
7 weeks. I say 6. Make everybody else count.
Right,
Listen,
right.
it's getting closer and closer.
Right,
It's
exactly.
tick-tocking, and everybody's starting to, the feathers are starting to get ruffled now.
Yeah. I mean, well, we knew this was going to happen. The closer it gets to election time,
Right.
People, they get a little anxious, a little nervous.
Oh, yeah.
They say stuff they normally don't say.
Oh, yeah.
They do things they normally don't do.
Oh.
And so, but that's why it's very, very important for us to keep doing the same thing we've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Productivity,
Listen, we're not
positivity,
changing.
proactive, and that's the message that I hope people see. Because this morning, I forgot to tell you guys, this morning, I was on AWF Radio, American Workforce Radio out in Cleveland.
Ooh.
And they was talking about what we doing here.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody knows. And
Listen, you never know who's watching. This is what I tell people.
Right.
My stepson draws, and if you see that little logo
Yeah.
coming out with the Uncle Sam and the UPS, I tell people all the time, you never know who's watching. We go out and we do things, and somebody picks up one thing that you do, boom, that's all it does. It takes one person to see what you're doing for it to go viral, for you guys to make a difference everywhere else, because they can see what we're doing and be like, hey, guys,
Right.
Yeah, so you never know who you touch in a certain way.
Right.
Because, some people take things one way, some people take things another way.
Right.
And, what we are doing is very positive, and we're fighting.
Right.
I mean, that's what the main thing we're doing. We're fighting, and we're fighting as a team. We're not fighting with each other.
No.
We came together because we all have the same
Same
ideal.
Right.
We want to fight for the members. It's something that we haven't seen in the hub.
Right. So, as a lot of people don't know, we had a meeting with Ron Bennett last Friday.
Oh, so you had a meeting with Venna. Who made that? I mean, who came out?
Well, I want to say they, but it's kind of like,
it's hard, right?
Yeah, because he's part of the other slate.
Yeah.
And so
he reached out towards you?
Right, he reached out to us and he wanted to sit down and talk about some things because, about having one slate and this, that, and the other. And, at this late in the game, 7 weeks left.
7 weeks?
You can't make...
Who's counting?
So, we talked about some things. And one thing he did say that was true, and I think we said it a couple of times here, is that our local is not the same as it was 30 years ago.
No.
There has to be...
adaptation.
Right. You can't have the same... Because the company has changed.
Everything changed.
Exactly. But our e-board has stated same ideas, same procedures, the same stagnant way of doing things. And that's why we keep losing.
I know, and we keep on complaining as members, but yet nobody's doing nothing about it because, if you're tired of stuff, you got to make a difference. You got to put pen to paper.
Right.
And, the ballots are coming out how long?
7 weeks.
7 weeks, the ballot to be out. And this is what we ask of people. You know, it's the best thing to do, and I'm hitting the gates. I've been out more. If you don't see me, you'll see me. I'm telling you, I've been there, and I got my jersey on. People love my jersey. You know, it is what it is. But I'm telling you guys, what we need you guys to check the slate.
Right.
623 Lives Matter slate.
Right.
See, what happened is you're going to get a ballot.
Right.
In 7 weeks. In the ballot, you're going to have whatever amount of slates. I hear 1, I hear 2, 3, 4
5.
sold, whatever you want to say.
Right.
If there's 25 slates, you're going to get a ballot with 25 slates. But right now, there's 3. So you're going to get the ballot with the 3 slates. There's going to be a check box next to each slate's name.
Right.
And under the slates is going to be each individual with check boxes. We ask you to check the 623 Lives Matter slate because we all are in it together. We're not individually asking to vote for us. I mean, listen, you're going to have people out there saying, I like this one, I like that one.
Right. And we understand that, but
Yeah.
the reason why we focus on the slate so much is because of what happened in 2016.
Yeah.
And there's no denying it. I mean, men lie. What's the whole men lie, women lie?
Numbers don't.
But numbers
don't.
So what happened in 2016 was you had 3 slates again, and our slate it was 442 votes cast against the membership. I mean against the leaders, the people in office. We got 310 of those votes. So we were 37 votes behind the guys that's in office, slate votes. So what would have happened if we were even with them? They would have lost 3 seats and not just the 1. Clarence would be your president if everybody would have voted. Espo would have been your vice president if everybody would have voted. And Jumbo, he would have won his trustee spot.
Yeah.
So it's big things for everybody to check the whole slate.
Yeah.
Because and if you look at it, you kind of want one team with the same goal in mind. You don't want this guy over here.
You don't want to break them up because what's going to happen is what you saw has happened in the last 3 years.
Exactly.
What happened? Jumbo got on their e-board, and it was basically him and them.
Exactly.
And it's not how it should be.
Right.
Everybody should be a team, and you can't be a team if you have different ideas.
But it also comes down to leadership.
It does.
Now, if I'm Shanahan and I got Jumbo, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna put myself in Shanahan's spot. Say I'm Shanahan and I know how Jumbo feels. Instead of me going against him and standing up against him, I would embrace what he could bring to my local
and utilize it.
Exactly. Because
and that's how you do it.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Everybody has a talent. Everybody has a talent, and you got to utilize the talent.
So, Clarence, you've been on vacation, man. What you got going on?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Now, here's the thing with the Shanahan thing. You can look at the way that they run their shop stores. As a BA, the best way for you to defend any case is through your shop store.
Right.
Meaning the shop stores are the first line of defense. Shop stores have all the notes, they have all the knowledge. So think about how Joni did me with Romeo, for instance. If you're the BA and you're defending the case, how you going to defend somebody if you don't even know the facts of the case? Mm-hmm. So you're going in blind and you're not using the tools that you have.
Yeah.
So that's how he likes to run things. He don't like people knowing anything. Is his way or no way? Because the Romeo situation, I know you remember, Rich, at the meeting, we brought it to Shanahan. They said that you don't get that extra day. And I harp over this because it's still his. He said that Nancy was wrong. You do get that day or the extra day's pay. Because I put the grievance in, I believe he chose not to fight that. And I've been hearing a lot of stuff about people getting discharged, whatever the case may be, and these guys are not standing up.
Oh, yeah. I just heard a big one.
This is what they do. They don't show that they are capable enough to stand up and fight for the membership. And you got to be real careful when people say one thing about one group of people, mm-hmm. and then their situation change, look, their situation changed. Now they want to say something different.
Right.
How can you trust? See, me as a man, if I'm going to be one way or no way. So don't tell me one thing now, and then a week later you tell me something different. I'm just supposed to believe it.
Yeah.
So that's just saying I'm just going to believe anything that you say.
Right.
And then it don't work that way. If you're for the members, be for the members, and that's not going to change because of your situation.
Right, I agree. And that's why, like you said, it is very important
Yeah.
that people have been paying attention to this whole situation that's been going on.
Oh yeah.
Now, I put a promotion out there yesterday about the show, and it was one of our shows that we did earlier with our brother Abe.
Yeah.
And the reason why I told Abe I was going to do that, he was cool with it.
We make sure we're not here to make
Right.
fun or bash.
Right.
But it was just a serious video because you asked a simple question
Exactly.
and couldn't get an answer.
And so what I've
Well,
done,
actually, that's the answer.
Right.
When you can't answer,
Right,
it,
right.
that's the answer.
Yeah,
So-
that's really the answer.
so and I never put this out there. I always wait. You guys know me. I wait
Yeah.
until it benefits what we are trying to do.
Yeah.
So what I did was I asked a lot of people who I know are supporters of the guys in office.
Yes.
One member, I went to her, gave her the flyer. She reading it, and she looks at me and says, "Yeah, we do need change, but it's not going to happen." I said, "Why do you say that?" "Well, I've been with them guys. I know them. Grew up with them. I seen what you guys been doing. You know, there's nothing no one can say about it, but I don't see it. She said, I don't see it happening right now because people don't vote."
Yeah, and not only people don't vote, the ones that do are very loyal for the wrong reasons.
Right.
What
So-
it is, I'm going to tell you what it is. A lot of people are afraid of change.
Yeah.
That
And
too.
they can say we need change, and nobody can deny that we need
Right.
change.
Right.
But a lot of people are afraid of change. This is why it was important for us to keep doing what we've been doing for so long. So this is not a fad. This is us. This is our personality.
Yeah.
We've been in the hub fighting for the membership. Not even before we ran in 2016.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We've been stewards. We've been loyal employees. We've been fighting for years before this. A true leader is a leader before the job is available.
Exactly.
So
That's
we've
very
been
good.
out there. We've been out there.
Yeah.
And actually, the only reason we're running is because
You're fed up.
Because we're fed up with losing.
Right.
Yeah.
I told Shanahan at the time.
And
in the meeting,
it's not even losing to them. It's about losing as members. I mean,
Exactly,
that's
right,
the main thing.
exactly.
We're tired of losing concessions and over again.
Right.
And that's because, it feels like we're being bullied by two people, the company and our e-board.
I remember that meeting
Man.
to this day, and I was so fed up sitting in that aisle when I got that letter, and it said, if you vote no, then they're gonna take that whatever the money off the
we
table.
were all...
And right now, we still don't know what the $6 million is
And
for.
see,
We still don't know.
and I'm bringing it to my next thing. I was talking to somebody else,
All right.
and another one of their supporters. But I don't. These people who have been supporting them, I don't think they're going to vote for them this time. They tell me one thing and they could vote another way, but another one, like you just said.
You make them think. You make
Right.
them think
Making them
why.
think, right.
And when you make somebody
So-
think why, they'd start wondering.
Right.
And then
And
they
this
go a different way.
person is a prominent member. I'm talking about been here almost 40 years. And they was like, "Yo, Hook, Jumbo, I still don't know what's up with that $6 million. We still don't know what's going on with
It's
it."
amazing.
So I'm at the side of the road one day. Member comes by, pull on the side of the road. She gets out of her car. Says, "Hey, Joni's my girl, but we do need some change." Dug into her pocket, made a donation. Another member.
And money, well, listen, when people come out their pocket,
You
it's
know-
hard-earned
right,
cash. They
right.
earn that money. I mean, even if it's a penny.
Right.
That's something, it still means something, and that's
Right,
a lot.
right.
Especially coming from the opposition supporter.
Right. So then, now this one's the biggest one. This one really got to me. Because this person, man, I tell you, they never really talked to me. Lately, they've been really having real conversations. So I'm walking in the hub. They pull me to the side and say, "Hooker, I drove with them guys. I grew up with them guys. Very tight with them. We've been through some things together. But I'm doing my support behind you guys because I see something that I've never seen before. And so, it's nothing against them. It's just that things need to change."
Yeah.
And I'm like this is a whole
Wow.
lot. This is a whole lot different from 2016.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a lot
listen,
different.
people are seeing it more. See, what the problem was, and then the main thing in a nutshell, is basically they seen by what they did this contract
Yeah.
negotiation.
Yeah.
So, they gave them one more shot, they gave them a shot, and they
Right,
failed.
right,
They're
right.
like, listen, we got to go with them. They have the experience, we got to go with the experience. And when you think about that, it makes sense. You really don't want to put somebody new behind the wheel of a contract because you don't know. But guess what? They should have, because it would have.
You see what happened, right?
We would have did a lot more for our company, our members, than they did for us.
Well, you see what the supplement. There's only really two things that have changed: the 22.4 and the drivers can take half an hour lunch.
Yeah, I mean, that's
really
it.
If you think about it, those two things that we got are still concessions.
Yeah.
Because the half-hour lunch, all they're doing is giving you a half hour more work.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, about the experience. If the experience part got to them before, look at the e-board now. You got 3 of your BAs who either quit or are leaving.
Oh.
Then you have.
What did they do?
They quit,
Quit.
or leave.
All right, that's very key. You
It's
gotta
very key.
Remember that.
So you quit or you're left. So now you're appointing people. And my thing is, you don't get the membership You get the membership no say in who you're appointing.
Nope.
You just appoint whoever you want to appoint, which is, I guess, is your right.
Yeah,
that's
you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
But and not only do you just appoint them, you don't make no acknowledgments. You don't like it's the members are not your priority.
Yeah, and that's another thing that really got that I can't like when you make a decision like that. This is what should have happened. Hey, pick up the phone, call your shop stewards. Hey, listen, we made a change at the business agent position. This is what's going on. This is what's happening. Man, we didn't know nothing. Neither one of them.
They made a change, and it was 2 meetings. They didn't say nothing.
Right.
And one of the members was
Had
like,
it-
"Hey, can you acknowledge the fact that he's on board?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, I thought I did." No, he didn't.
I mean, and that's the kind of way our local has been run. It's just like it's out of control. There is no stability there. There's no structure. It's like we do what we got to do.
It's all over the place. It's like our local e-board has ADD. I mean, it really is. It's one way, it's this way, squirrel. It's just how it is. But you got to understand, everybody on this membership, the 623 Lives Matter, is fighting. We're all doing our own thing. We're fighting in our own ways. We all are still working in the hub. Anything that you guys hear about us that doesn't come from us but basically you're going to hear a lot of it because we hear a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's all lies. I mean, we heard about 4 or 5. I'm hearing rumors every day. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I didn't know I did this. I didn't know you did that. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah. But it's campaigning. We're not going to be the dirty campaigners. We're just going to put the facts out there. We're going to let you guys decide because you see us, you see what we do, you see what we're capable of. So I was talking to Hook right before the show, and I was telling him, I was like, if you cheat one time, what are you?
You're a cheater.
You're a cheater. If you quit one time, what are you?
You're a quitter.
You're a quitter. So with that being said, we never quit on you guys. We never quit, and we don't intend to quit on you guys. Every time you see something, we went. Everybody went to the battlefield last time, 2016. Right. We lost. Guess what happened? We didn't quit.
Nope.
We kept fighting and got stronger. We brought other people aboard, and then we restructured ourselves. We got ourselves better. We knew what we needed to do, and we kept fighting and fighting and fighting. We educate the members. We get along. We go out there. We talk to people. We educate ourselves better so we could be in a better position.
Exactly.
Get the bylaw amendment and all that stuff done.
That right there was really big. Having to go and make sure that we knew what we were doing. Because it's not enough just to win.
No.
You have to know what you're doing after you win.
Exactly.
And so I think
it's chess.
Right, and I think that is one of the experiences I learned from 2016. That now I know we are more capable of doing the job.
Absolutely.
Like I put something out there. I said some of the things that we plan on doing as far as taking it to the company, being on the offensive and not just being reactive to what they do. I know a lot of members are not going to like that because they've been lulled to sleep for so long. And so they mean, oh man, you coming in here, man, and you guys doing this, you stirring up trouble. It's not stirring up trouble. We're doing what we're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So it's going to take some time for people to get acclimated to that. But once they get, find out what we're doing and see what we're doing, then they'll see the change. They'll see the change in the atmosphere. Rome wasn't
built in a day, It's just when you come along, you got to be able to go boom, boom, boom.
Right.
I mean, people are going to start saying the simple stuff, the stuff that makes people happy. What's going to make you more happy, Hook? Especially if you're a part-timer. Oh, we're going to make more full-time jobs. Yay! Right. More hours. Yay! All the stupid stuff like that. It's not really stupid, but it's key. But guess what? Everybody's going to do that. You think we're not going to try to get you guys full-time jobs? You think we were not going to try to get you guys more hours?
Right.
That's what we're going to do too. That's kind of one of the key functions of helping your members, because
Right.
you want them to be
Be
successful
better. Right.
and better and have more hours, full-time jobs. You want everybody to do that. So don't get fooled by the trickery like magicians do. Look right here. See this here? My hand's in the air, and then you're looking at that hand. He's putting a coin in his back pocket,
Right.
and look, it disappeared.
The issue is they're not doing the simple things. Meaning the simple things is protecting what we got right now. And like you said, before us quitting, once you quit, you're a quitter.
Protection.
And the thing is, we have a contract in place right now. So the stuff that we have in place right now, like the grievance procedure, like the seniority, that stuff needs to be protected, because that's what you're paid to do. You're not doing it. And I talked to a member the other day, and he asked me a question. I told him what the contract says, whatever the case may be. And he says, doesn't Shanahan know that's in the contract? I said, it's not what Shanahan knows. It's what Shanahan is willing to fight for. So I'm pretty sure he knows what's in there. Just like with this situation.
He knows.
But that don't mean he's going to stand up and fight for it.
Exactly.
And that's my biggest problem with the board now. They don't stand up and fight for what we got. So what we got becomes what we had because of these guys.
Now, would you be happy, like, for example, because we all know there's wheeling and dealing going on. It's part of this, the sob steward stuff. It's part of the union stuff. It's part of politics, campaigning, and stuff like that. Say in my situation, say Shanahan goes, listen, Clarence, I know it's in there, okay? We have one incident right now. But, in order to say the preload, that preload you on Mondays when you guys get Tuesdays. If you have Mondays off, you come in Tuesday. In order to keep that, we got to lose that. You know what I mean? Just that one day. Would you be like, okay? Or even if he came with some type of stuff?
I'm going to tell you no, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because the Monday situation is because either way for the Monday, we would have got paid.
Yeah.
Because the way because we go by what the contract says. Contract says on a Monday, we get 4 hours. But Monday, so the holiday falls on a Monday. Monday night is a holiday. The first shift's not running.
Yeah.
So if he wants to come in on Tuesday, you got to guarantee us 9 hours, or we don't show up.
Yeah.
The whole purpose of us even getting that Monday, switch to Tuesday, is because the whole preload stood behind me and Rich, and we said we're not coming in on Tuesday unless you guarantee us 9.
Yeah.
And the E-boards, I don't know, why would we come in and lose a half a shift when the contract says we don't have to?
Right.
So that's the purpose for why we got that Monday.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's because we stood up. Now, I've heard through the grapevine that we, as 6 Lives Matter, hasn't changed anything. But that's one thing that we've changed.
And you know what?
That's one thing that we've changed.
Right.
And
Exactly.
nobody can take credit for that.
Right.
We did that.
Right.
And that person knows we did that.
Right.
Because they was on the preload at the time.
And now check this out.
It's funny.
Now that's how,
one thing.
That's how.
That's only one thing.
That is how you win. You organize the members, and if you do it right, they will stand with you.
United.
The whole preload still with us, Clarence.
Dude.
Everybody.
I was the only one because I was just making seniority and I had to stay.
Right.
But you know what?
But I still got fired for it.
But you know what's funny? The funny thing is, me and Romeo, I got pulled over to do a hearing with Romeo.
Right.
And before, I ain't even say anything.
Not one word.
I ain't say not one word. And you make an impact when the division manager, the one who runs the whole division, comes down to your preload. He says, I'm going to fire Romeo because he threw a package can of service. Then
Didn't even throw it.
And before I can even say anything, they say, you know what? We're going to let it go because he comes to work.
Yeah.
So
and then looks at him with a little smirk on his face. Unlike some people, he goes.
So me and Romeo looked at each other and we knew exactly
Oh,
what it was
exactly.
about.
And then it was crazy.
Exactly. And the thing about it is, like Rich said, everybody on that preload walked in that office, stood behind us.
Yep.
And that's why today we have them days switched. So this way we don't lose a half a shift and they can't make us come to work. It wasn't the E-board that stood up for us. We stood up for ourselves.
And that is why I really wish members could understand the power that you have. You have all the power. The E-board doesn't have it. You have it. all you have to do is engage with the members, educate yourself on what the issue
stick together.
is.
That's the other thing. Because you got to remember, we are a local.
Exactly. I mean,
27 full-timers out of 30 stuck together. If you
Right.
don't understand that, how powerful that is.
Right.
And they all got fired together.
Right.
Now, because they got fired together, they were working under Article 7,
Mhm.
and they're working in like walking on eggshell conditions because you had to use crayons and all that stuff. Remember that?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But the whole thing is that they're still here. Yeah,
Right.
and they
And
got
we
what
got-
they wanted
Exactly.
because it made more sense and it went by the book. And it wasn't. We're only doing what's in the contract. We're not
And
making
guess
things
what?
up.
The
You know what
company
that
they had to pay all this money out because of them drivers they had to call in. So we when you fight, you win. That's just the bottom line.
Fight, yeah.
You
know
fight,
what?
you win.
You know what that proves? It proves that this company doesn't move without the members.
Exactly.
That's the bottom
Main
line.
thing.
Exactly.
Nothing moves
Unless we
without
move
the
it.
membership.
Exactly.
And for some reason, I don't know why our board doesn't preach that enough, or don't even try to cultivate that idea within the membership. That's one of the things why we came up with this whole ATM committee. We have to get together with our members. Hey, listen, you guys have the power.
Yeah.
We just going to enforce it. We're going to do what we're supposed to do. It's just like it's like you see what we do. We need you to be accountable and do what you see. Same thing with us. We're going to hold the members accountable. Yo, why aren't you enforcing the contract? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Because that's how you become stronger.
Listen,
That's the only way.
Yeah, understanding and educating the members is very key, especially because right now we have a lot, and I mean a lot, and I didn't realize how many new hires that are on board.
Yo,
Listen,
real quick, let me tell you
Oh.
this. I was on UPS's Twitter account yesterday. I look from time to time to see what's going on, right?
yeah,
They, in our district, the Chesapeake district, right? Man, they're throwing so many seniority parties. They got them lined up, giving them
Yeah.
certificates, taking pictures with them, and all this other kind of stuff, man. And they're showing them, hey, listen, and it's a whole lot of them, a whole lot of new people, man. I think 50 of
seniority parties.
I think it was 50 of them just the other day. 50.
Yeah, I mean it's amazing. I mean I really didn't understand it until not yesterday, day before yesterday, when I hit our gate for the end of midnight, beginning of preload. Let me tell you something. I think I met maybe about 15, 20 veterans, and then like maybe about 300
Right,
new hires.
right.
And that's within like they're all under a year.
Right.
Like nobody was like over a year. Like the people over a year, I knew. They knew me, know,
Right.
and they knew what I was about. But you had to explain everybody, and they don't know anything. And the main thing is that they're with the fees for the union. That's all they know,
Right,
And
right, right.
they think the union's bad because of that. And they're only taking my money, and that's not what it's about. You guys are protected. You guys, there's other things involved. Then I mention the $50 they get back, and then
Right.
they perk up.
Right.
What's the address? When's the thing?
Next meeting, right.
Yeah, when's the next meeting?
But that's the problem. That's not even explained.
No,
like the
it's
$50
not.
is not explained in Cornerstone. So when you tell people that, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that." So if you didn't tell them that, or nobody tells them that, once a year goes by, then you don't even get you don't even have
Right.
the opportunity to get the $50.
Yeah,
And they're not going to give it. They're not going to give it back to you.
no.
They're going to keep that
Yeah,
money.
there's people coming up that I've been talking to that are just going to reach a year right before the 21st. I said, come and let's see. That's all. I said, come and you do the seminar, and it's not your fault they didn't have a meeting. you
Right,
know?
right,
So
right,
their
right.
meeting is over the summer. They have a little summer break, and you come back. Listen, you come to the meeting. I'll vouch for you, and I'll put you out there. I was like, because I'm telling everybody I can, and it's not just to solicit votes; it's to educate the members. I'm not soliciting nothing. I'm putting out there what they put out there. Matter of
Right.
fact, the funny part about it, and I think Clarence told me this, they made this rule up. Am I wrong?
This,
They
this-
made this up. So you're telling me, let me just clear the air here. They came up with this little, I guess, program. We'll call it a program. If you come in, you hit seniority, you got that $200 coming out, they give you a $50 initiation fee. So now you're paying $250, $200 for the union, $50 initiation fee. Okay?
Assessment fee.
It's
they
an
call it.
assessment fee.
Right, assessment.
So what happens is, after that assessment fee, okay, everything's done, you come to one union meeting. After the union meeting, they do like a little seminar, 20-minute seminar. Then they write you down, and then you get a check in the mail for that $50.
Right.
They came up with this, but they're not preaching it. They're not going around preaching it. See, that to me is like, that's very, poor thing.
And it also looks a little like, okay.
When did they do it?
Not even that. Okay, well.
Yeah, no, that's the key, because I don't know when it happened.
I don't either. I just happened to find out about it one day. Like, oh, I didn't know they was doing that.
You know when I found out?
What's that?
Reggie. Reggie, because what happened was he didn't know what it was. He went down to the union.
Right.
And I was actually talking to Nelson after work one day, and Reggie pulled up and he told us. And we're like, this, what? Well, that's a new thing. And this was like probably maybe 2-3 years ago.
Right. The thing is, they didn't tell the stores they was doing. We had store meetings. They didn't tell anybody. The reason how we found out that it happened is we had a meeting, and one of the e-board members had told us, yeah, we did that because we thought it would bring people to the meeting. But how you going to think it's going to bring people to the meeting if you don't even know what it is?
It's not even posted up on a union board.
Nope.
It's not anywhere.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks a little shiesty. I don't want to throw it out there, but it's like
shady. That's what it looks.
Okay, if you're not telling nobody that you're taking extra money, then what's going on. But that's neither here nor there. I got a text from a brother out in the West Coast, and I got to bring it up. If you didn't receive the Teamster magazine, and I remember you told me about it, right? If you didn't receive the Teamster magazine, you got to make sure that you call the hall. Because if you didn't get that magazine, the Teamsters don't have your address.
Exactly.
And with 7 weeks left, we need everybody to make sure that the hall has your address, because we want you to get a ballot. We want you to get a ballot. We want you to participate. We want you to vote.
Yes.
Because if you don't vote, and you know what's going to happen?
This whole thing is waste.
Right. And these guys are going to get back in there, and people are going to be complaining about, oh, man, UPS. You got a shot to change it. You got to make sure you do it. Call down to the hall, 215-289-0580.
What's that number again?
215-289-0580.
Right.
Let them know that you didn't get you move, your mail goes somewhere else. Just let them know anything, because you got to get that ballot. They got to have your right address. Call them and make sure they got it.
Well, listen, what I tell people all the time, I mean, we're all adults here, and we all have bills. Some of us don't have bills. You have something, a cell phone bill, whatever. And if you have any type of discrepancy in your mind that there might be an issue, always check. Even if you're 100% certain, call, because crazy things have happened. I mean, I've been a Teamster for 19 years, going 20 now. And I had an issue getting my ballots. I didn't vote the one time because they never gave me my ballot.
Right.
And I was like, I've been here for so long. I was like, I've been getting all the mail and everything. And what happened? And they're like, oh, well, we didn't know this, because I had another job at the time where I was in the union, but this was still my union. I was paying the dues here.
Right.
And they took me off. And I'm like, who told you to do that? I was like, I've been out of that job for almost a year.
Right.
So, call up the union hall, tell them your name, where you work, tell them you're part of 623, where you work, and like, listen, I just want to make sure I'm on file. What address do you have? What contact information do you have for me? And that'll clear up the air to make sure they get your right address and it'll be shipped to you properly. Because guess what? If you don't get the ballot, you cannot vote.
Right.
But you also got to think like this. If you're not getting your ballot, you're also not getting other important information, like your pension information. All that stuff goes to your address.
Right.
So you get a pension report every year. If you're not getting that pension report, you have no idea how well your pension is doing or not doing. So it's very important that they have your address, not just for the election, but just for your UPS career in general.
Right.
A lot of information comes, and it's going to come through your address.
Right, exactly. And everybody that's getting ready to retire, you have pension, questions about, and everybody keeps saying, Shanahan is the pension guy. Well, I'm going to tell you something. This is what you do. You call the pension board in Jersey, and they will give you all your numbers that you need. And they'll explain it to you. They will walk you through it and everything. So I'll put the number back up on our page for everybody that's thinking about retiring or just wondering, what you're going to get when you retire. It's over there, or right in Jersey. All you got to do is call them up. You give me the information, and they will let you know every single detail about your pension. You don't have to call this person and quote unquote the pension man. He gets his numbers. He gets your numbers from over there in Jersey. So just make sure you call, and they'll walk you through it.
Yeah, it was a pamphlet that came out. So if they got your right address, you would have got this pamphlet. It was a pamphlet that came out with all the information on it,
Yeah.
all the numbers on it,
Yeah.
all the benefits on it,
Right.
everything you need to know about the pens. Because I actually called just to see if I can get my information, and it was basically you call them, give them your name, all your information, and they can tell you everything.
Everything.
So the only thing that Shanahan does is he calls for you. That's it.
Right.
So all that stuff you can
And
do
he'll come to your house and you walk you through it. And you get the paper from the hall, and that's good. But I want to take that away because the people, oh man, he's good with that. Listen, call up there, and they'll give you everything you need to know.
You're paying for a service. Use it, even if you use it just to make sure your
It's-
address is right.
exactly.
You're utilizing them properly.
Exactly.
So I'd like to speak about the last couple nights I had out at the gates. Everybody has been really accepting. There's some people that are new hires that really don't know much about what's going on, and I did educate them as much as I could
Right.
in the quick time that we did speak, because some people were going to the buses and just wanted to go home. But everybody's been real accepting, which is great. You know, I appreciate that they take the time to talk to me at least.
Right.
You know, and I know it's personable when somebody that's on the slate talks to you. You know, and I let them know I'm a member just like you.
Yep.
I was like, I'm trying to make a change, and this is what I'm doing. This is, you get a ballot in October. How many weeks?
7.
7 more weeks. I said, you guys are going to get a ballot. So when you get this ballot, we ask you to vote slate. And, I handed out a lot of flyers. Now, what I appreciate everybody's doing, and I've been noticing it because Hook knows I put a lot of work into this stuff. I even got my family involved.
Right,
My stepson drew
right.
that little logo thing.
Right.
People are very accepting of it. They're looking at it, and like even my mom. See, my mom's been on board, and she's been helping us out too. And because she works all midnight, so we went out when I'm at preload. She was there, and she was like, you know what? Last night she said this to me because I was at Oregon Avenue last night. She goes, listen. She's like, I'll see you out there giving out all the papers, and everything, and everybody. You know what? I noticed one thing about everybody you gave a flyer to. I said, what? Everybody was reading.
And that's the
Everybody was reading what I had to put out. Everybody was very accepting of it. And guess what? Not one person is thrown on the ground and throwing it away. Because we know we live in a time right now, we don't want to be bothered. This is crap. Let me throw this away.
Right.
But let me tell you something. We put out some good information. We put out stuff that we're going to do. We put out there that we want you to vote because your vote counts. And that's the main thing. And then we're putting out information. So, I had the flyers last night for the new hires.
Right.
Because like I said, I was talking before we went on air, we got to cater to everybody. It's not just one. We're all members.
Right, everybody, right.
But everybody gets catered, and there's different categories we got to cater to. We got new hires. We got veterans. We got people who've been here for a couple of years. We got people who've been here for 30 years.
Drivers, feeder
drivers,
yeah.
feeders. We got to make sure we put out there for everybody so everybody can read and understand what we're coming from and what we're trying to do.
Right.
And that's what we're doing for everybody.
Right.
And having people read and understand that we are trying to make a change, make a difference, and understand that is really empowering for me because, I came on board, didn't know really what to expect, but, I'm going to give you 130% regardless.
Right.
I'm up all the time at night, making videos, editing,
yeah.
Doing pictures, talking to people I know that support us, trying to make videos. Again, if anybody that supports us wants to be a part of this compilation video that I'm making, just send us why you're supporting. Send it to me, and I'll make sure I put you guys a part of it.
I got to give a big shout out to Will Jenkins.
Yes.
Man, I got people from all over everywhere talking about that video.
And because it's straight from the heart.
Right. And by his longevity with the company, almost 30 years, it gives him more validation.
Yeah.
Especially when he knows those guys, worked with them, have experiences with them guys, and you can't deny that, what he's saying. Nothing that he said was out of line or false.
No.
And I want to give a big shout out for him. And like you were saying,
Yeah,
anybody that want to, do a video, Romeo, he's making a big group compilation of it, so reach out to him, send it to him, and he'll make it happen.
I'm always working.
So, Clarence, I got to ask you this question. It was asked to me. I was at the gates on Saturday, right? And it would say, hey, Hooker, if y'all lose, what y'all going to do? So I told him, man, this is my answer. I say, listen, I don't see it happening, but things do happen. I say, we're going to keep fighting. You have to. If you believe in something strong enough and you believe in it, you never stop. Like you said, if you're a quitter,
If you quit one
Right.
time, you're a quitter.
Right.
So
Here's my answer
we
to
didn't
that.
quit yet. So.
We lost in 2016.
Right.
I still every day go to work, file my grievances, to support the members, fight for the members.
Right.
See, that's what happens when it's in your heart.
Right.
If it's in your heart, it's in your heart. You're going to keep doing it. We've been doing this not for status, not for positions. We've been doing it because it's in our hearts.
Right.
It's what we believe in. We believe in each other. We believe in a membership. And when you believe that hard in something, you're going to fight for it no matter what.
No matter what. No
And the
matter
thing
what.
is, I've always heard that you can knock me down a lot of times, but the more I get up, the stronger I become.
Right.
And when you knock somebody down and keep knocking them down, and they keep getting up, it weakens you because you know that person or that group is not going away. And we're not going away.
No.
So it's easy to say I quit, I'm not going to do it, I'm walking away.
Right.
It's hard and it takes more strength to stand up and keep getting up. And to us, it's in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it's in your heart, you're always going to do it.
Right.
I mean, you could say basically what he just said. We're the Rocky Balboa of 623. Because you could think about it. We came along, underdogs last time. What happened?
You know what? It's funny.
You knock them down. You almost beat them.
You know what?
Put on a good fight. And who do they remember more?
Rocky.
They
It's
remember
funny.
us.
Me and my wife, we was watching the first one. It's funny you said that, and it went to my mind. That first one.
Yeah.
Man, they didn't give a man a chance.
No, nothing.
And
What to remind you of? They didn't give us a chance.
exactly, and they almost beat him.
He almost won.
We almost beat him.
Exactly.
But like you said,
And then what happened in part 2?
right. He got him.
He thought about not fighting,
Right, exactly.
but he had it in
Right.
him, and he went out there to fight.
Yeah, here you go.
And then all of a sudden, boom,
right.
he got the
Right.
victory.
Right.
But he kept.
That
The
was-
key thing is he kept fighting.
Kept fighting. That was when I saw that, and like what Mickey kept telling him, he had to change the way he was fighting. Remember, he
Jim.
was southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna have to change the way you fighting.
Exactly.
We had to change up some things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It was pretty good.
You
It was
got to
pretty
make
good.
adjustments for victory. You
Right.
got to understand. Like if you, it's like
Now
playing.
that's good. That's really good. You gotta make adjustments. Now that's
Exactly.
good.
You got to make adjustments
You
for
gotta put
victory.
that on the shirt, man.
Well, because you got to think about this though, because like I don't know if we have any gamers out there. I mean, if you get stuck on a level and you keep playing that level and losing, what are you going to do? Are you going to quit, or are you going to keep playing and figure out how to go around and make adjustments for victory? And you're going to keep going forth. That's the thing. You got to break the barrier and keep going forth, and you make adjustments and
Right.
change everything. Because there's some things around that people didn't like last time.
Yeah.
All right, great. I'm sure last time they could have named it. Last
Right.
time if you went around asking that question, what don't you like? You would have got a list.
Yeah.
Now let's go around and ask the question, and we do. We can't get nothing
Yeah,
because
yeah.
what we've been doing is
Yeah.
more than what
Yeah.
what's being provided
It's- right.
from our e-board.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
the one thing I wanted to say at the gates that I noticed, and I don't know if it's longevity or people feeling defeated, but you do notice the vets from the new hires. You notice it
Yeah,
like
you do.
that
You do.
because like you see
You do.
a new hire come in, they're strutting.
Yep.
They're getting that $14 an hour now.
Right.
The veterans are walking through the door, when they're leaving,
What's up, Shoe?
and they're just, it almost looks like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because they're tired,
Yeah.
they're exhausted. I think more of anything they're defeated, because we come to work. We've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
If you've been doing this job more than 5 years, you know that the stuff that's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
And I met people last night, 23 years, 16 years, 5 years, 13 years. Like, it's crazy. And every one of them had that walk. They were just like this, head down, and just keep it moving.
Yeah.
And I was like, I noticed that, and I was like, I didn't really want to say anything about it, but every one of them, I said the same thing when I found out how long they've been here. I said, so you know what we're going through. And they were like, put their head down and like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I said, you want change? She's like, him and her, like the people I spoke to, yeah, we need change. And I'm like, okay. I was like, you know what to do, right? I was October. They were like, I know.
And that's the thing. When I walk in now, I get a guy, a driver. He'll see me. He'll point out, yo, Hook, 7 weeks. I said, that's right, man. He said, we got y'all.
Hey.
So I'm
They get-
hoping I'm just hoping, man, people put it on paper, man. That's my big thing. And I know I talk about it, 2016, man, it weighs heavy on my mind because, man, we did a lot of work. I mean, we was everywhere at the gate. I mean, we was everywhere, man. And those 37 votes, man, it keeps me up at night sometime, man, because I just be sitting there like, man, 37. Because it really didn't hit me that we lost until like a week later.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, because I was just like, man, 37 votes after all this stuff. There was a lot of stuff that we didn't do, and I could understand. I even understand why some of the reasons why people didn't vote for us.
And you're making the adjustments right now.
Exactly. So now it shouldn't be no issue.
No excuses.
It shouldn't be, because they gave you another bad contract. You voted no on it. They said no. Our own e-board. And this is where some people like to try to separate the e-board from the international, and I know some things you can, but on this instance you can't, because they were speaking the same language the IBT was saying. Oh well, it's we took it when they took our vote away. They didn't speak out against that. They were cool with it. They didn't say not one word that they was against them taking our vote away. They didn't. I mean, they was in there preaching how good the contract was, even after we kept showing them how bad it was. This guy didn't even tell us why the pension was in the shortfall. He didn't say now. Then he when he did tell us, it was a month before the contract wasn't set to expire.
How about that?
That's not how you run a local. If I know the pension's in trouble, I'm not gonna wait till the day before and tell you it's in trouble.
You know what? He never actually told us anything.
Right.
Because we found out that we needed $6 million when he passed out the flyer at the Union Hall and said, "You vote yes, or we're gonna take $6 million."
Right. And people were flipping out about that.
And the thing is, like we told him, and he said, if we vote no, he can't get nothing better. So if he has if he doesn't believe in himself, why should we believe in him? I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, because like I was telling, I told him in the conversation, only thing you do, we vote no, then you go back and you renegotiate.
That's the
so
key
they
thing.
pull that off the table, you pull some off the table. You renegotiate. If you have no ability or no confidence in yourself, why should the members have any confidence in y'all?
And then what really made them look bad is about 3 hours to the west. Them guys needed more money in their pension.
Boom.
Same language. Same exact language. Their leaders over there in the Western PA, they said, no, we ain't having it. They didn't vote no once, twice. You know what UPS did? All right, we can give you money for your pension, and they gave them some more improvements on their supplement.
Leadership makes a difference.
It does. That's why you know, and I hope nobody brings this up. I know they will. If anybody says anything about that $6 million stuff, don't forget, right across the state, they fought and they got it. We could have done that here.
See,
we should have done that here.
The whole thing is that if you ask somebody now, if you ask anybody that's in our local, do you feel that the e-board will vote for you, or fight for you rather?
Right.
What do you think the answer is going to be? And you got a plethora of people that because we asked this last time I was on a radio station. Do they have favorites?
Oh yeah, you know that.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna tell you.
So that was a clear answer right there. They got favorites. So let me ask you guys: you feel they'll fight for you?
No.
Now see not
for us. No.
Now we have a different opinion because we're coming out. Now there's other members out there that haven't coming out. They're going to fight for you because that maybe they don't know you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's their job.
You know what?
And that's the key thing. That's their job. Right. Their job is to fight for you. You pay them so they can fight for you. To actually have that question in your mind is crazy.
Because check this out. Back in 2013, right? 2013.
Billy.
When we was supporting them and everything, right? Man, they would fight and this. As long as you support them, they will do their job. Because quiet as it kept, there's a reason why we didn't ask a certain person to be with us on our team, and the reason why is because he was like, well, I can't do this or that because if they think I'm with you guys, then they're not gonna fight for me. I mean, do you understand that?
But the biggest issue is, like I said, as a BA, I've been in the shop store for almost 12 years. As a BA, you need your shop stores to defend the membership.
Yes.
When you say, no, I'm going to do it, I don't need my shop store, not only are you showing the members a disservice, you're showing your stores a disservice.
And you're also causing dysfunction.
Dysfunction, you're causing conflict. And the thing is,
butting heads.
like I said, they fight for who they want to fight for.
Yeah, if you with them, they fight for you.
If you're with them, they'll fight for you to an extent. To an extent, because they don't fight all the way for nobody.
I heard of recently, and I was speaking about you earlier, but I heard of recently of them going into I guess a hearing where somebody was getting fired and just sat there. And when I say they, there's two people who was involved, and they're on the e-board, and they were just sitting there. Just sitting there.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And yeah, so they're just sitting there and not, okay, well, let the people bash basically the member. I don't feel that he should be fired. What? Huh? What? What do you mean? That's all you said? Like, are you kidding me? They're sitting there like, he sucks, he does this, he does that, or whatever they were saying about the person, and then you're sitting there like, I don't think the person should be fired. And you're like, hold on, wait, what? I'm like, see, like, because I had a meeting with somebody when I became on the shift. I had a harassment hearing, okay? Right. So I was telling the person about the hearing, and it kind of coincides where, if you have somebody good fighting for you,
right?
This stuff just shouldn't be done. So the person, I'm sitting there, and we walk into the hearing, shop steward sits down, the manager sits down, okay? And he goes, all right, why are we here? And I go, with harassment, and he goes, okay. And I said, this, that, and the third. He goes, I don't give a beep about this. And I'm like, I look at my shop steward. My shop steward looks at me and smiles. I'm like, wait, what? The management just cursed at me. Now, I expect my shop steward to basically lose their mind because you're disrespecting the member.
Right.
Now, when you see that, you want your shop steward to be like, whoa, 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 this is out of control. You don't speak to a member like that. Let's keep it moving.
What's up, Brother John? How you doing?
If you can't speak to him correctly, you know what? Matter of fact, I feel offended right now. This meeting is over. Right. I'm going to get the BA involved. Because that's ridiculous. You don't talk to a member that way, especially when they didn't talk to you that way.
Exactly.
It's about respect.
Right.
So when you see somebody just sitting there and just like, whatever, and with the nonchalant.
How many times have we done with our BAs?
We've done that plenty of times. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to elaborate a little bit what you said about the Shanahan thing. Because I talked to a member, too, about the situation that you're talking about. And like I told him, the member can't be fired if contractually what the situation was. He can't be fired. So for him to say, I feel as though, don't say I feel as though. Yeah. I'm going to say you're not going to fire him because you can't
fight. Show some backbone.
Exactly.
Listen, he's a member here. I'm going to fight for him. You're not going to do this. Excuse me, pardon me.
Oh, what's up, man? I wish I was out there with y'all, man.
And secondly, is your job is to protect the member. So if contracts you can't be fired, then it shouldn't be no issue. And like I told the member, it's not what he knows in the contract, it's what he's standing up doing to fight for.
Exactly.
So by you sitting there and letting them bash and bash and bash, and that's just ridiculous.
It's a craziness. Now, see, and basically, I don't know if anybody here is a Chris Rock fan. Now, when I was younger, I watched his stand-up, and this one stand-up he did when I was younger always stuck out to me. I know it's very explicit, and I'm not going to repeat what he said, but one thing he does elaborate on there is if you want something, you got to be confident. You can't be out there like, excuse me, pardon me, may I have? Can you please give me? No, you got to go out there, listen, this is what's going on, this is how it's going down, and this, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. See, and it's about how you speak to somebody and you understand that. Because if you show weakness with these people, they're going to attack.
Exactly.
It's like being in the wilderness. It's like being in the jungle. You're fighting a lion, and you might be the gazelle. And they're coming after you. But guess what? I saw a video the other day where a bunch of lions were attacking a giraffe, and a bunch of lions were attacking the giraffe, and guess what? The giraffe never gave up. Yeah. The giraffe just kept shaking it off, and then all of a sudden, the giraffe went back and took care of its kids. Right.
So, all right, on the other side of the break, we're going to talk about more in depth on how we plan on doing things if we're elected. Again, we got 7 weeks. Don't forget, if you don't have, if the hall doesn't have the correct address, 215-289. 0580. Don't forget to go to spcr.org, make a donation. No amount is too big or too small. Don't forget, our campaign is going, so if you want to make a donation there, That's good as well. So you're listening to WOM 92.9 South Philadelphia Community Radio. We'll be back in a moment.
How you doing? Yeah, it was crazy. I found out last night.
Yeah, I mean, like, shit, that's sad though. It's sad, like I said, you pay for a service, and if I'm paying for a service, I expect you. I'm gonna tell you, man. Me and Rich used to do hearings all the time on the midnight. You wanna know why we don't do hearings no more on the midnight? It's because the management seen how strong we were, and they try to separate. And the thing is, they got no different because whether we by ourselves or together, we're who we are. We're gonna fight.
It's about communication, regardless. I mean, because I don't know if even if he's not there, you're still telling him.
Yeah,
It's communication.
And the thing is, so they and right now they actually try to go around us if they could.
Thanks, Shu. Just send it to me on Facebook, brother.
Brother John, how y'all making out the campaign over there, man? I know y'all doing some big things over there.
Again, anybody out here watching the video, if you would like to make a video for us telling us why you support us, it's very simple. Why? The question is, why you support us? Send the video to me, James Anthony Romeo, on Facebook through the messenger, and I'll put you in the compilation video. I'm going to make a big video with all our supporters, and I'm going to put it out there. So right now I got about 4 or 5, and they're still coming in. I know Shoemaker said he wants to do one. So, even the ones that we take, I want to put them up as well, put that in part of it. So all you have to do is answer this question: why you support us? Very simple. I know you guys can answer it.
All right, we're back. Thank you guys for listening to 92.9 WOM
Woo.
South Philadelphia Community Radio, giving you another live edition of the 623 Lives Matter radio show. Again, we appreciate you guys for listening, and everybody that's watching on Facebook live. Later on, we're going to stream it on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to watch it over there.
Yeah.
In about 2 weeks, we have a collaboration. We've been working on this because we're gonna do things, but we have been doing things a lot different than ever before. That's one of the things I've tried to do. One of the things at the personal challenge I took on myself outside of
adjusting.
Yeah, that too, but doing things differently than what normally has been done from the people that has run against our guys that's in office now. One of the things that in 2016, I wanted to change the perception from why should I vote for Romeo, Bagby, Hooker, Espo, Jumbo, Norm, and Victor? Why should I vote for them guys? Now is why shouldn't I vote for them?
Exactly.
And that's been my personal challenge that I took on myself outside of the group. I wanted to, as the leader, I wanted to change people's perception of how they view what we are doing. That's why we went out into the community. We got a lot of community labor organizations that go alongside of what we were trying to do. CWA, IOTC, the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers, city council person, community activists.
Who other to back you than fellow Teamsters?
Exactly. So
they're the best ones to back you because they know what's going on and they've been there before.
Right. So we've just been real busy trying to get everybody to understand that it's just not about fighting UPS. It's about fighting corporate greed, corporate domination. Any legislations that that the legislators try to put out there that's going to try to destroy unions, that is the bigger picture. Because it's one thing to get Shanahan and half of them guys out of office. There's a whole other thing is to make sure that the workers' dignity, the workers' respect, the safety conditions, and all those things that are meaningful to workers, is very important that we keep those things in the right direction and going strong. I mean, and that is
enforcing it, being there, seeing us, stuff like that. Because I can't, I'm seeing more of them now because it's election time.
Yeah, election time.
But I'm also only seeing the new BA more.
Yeah.
I see Carl everywhere, and that's a shout out to you, brother. You're everywhere. You're doing your thing. I mean that's how it should be.
Right.
But where was it before? Because I know you're coming on board, making a name for yourself, and I appreciate that because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You're doing the job the way it's supposed to be done, rather.
Right.
So with that being said, where's everybody else? Because I'm being asked from other people, where are we at? We're here. We're working. We're doing our job.
Right.
And when we were out at the gates when we have time.
Right.
We're staggering it right now because, we all work different shifts. But we're at the gates. We're doing our thing. I mean, I don't need Hooker with me to promote him. I could be like, here's our slate.
Right.
You know Richard Hooker? Yes, I do. Well, I am on the slate with Richard Hooker. Please vote 623 Lives Matter.
Right.
It's not about James Romeo. It's
Right.
about 623 Lives Matter slate.
Right.
And I tell people that it's not about me. It's about everybody because
Right.
we're a group.
Right.
And I don't need everybody with me to promote Bagby, promote Hooker, promote Espo, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Jumbo, Victor, Norm. I got everybody. I promote everybody. And guess
Right.
what? They do the same for me.
Exactly.
And I know all I'm doing is putting a face to the name.
That's it.
And that's it. And when you see me at the gate, say hello. I mean, I'm going to be wearing my local 623 jersey.
Oh, yeah.
I got a lot of compliments on it last night. People are like, wow, and that's what they see. The drivers see it, a lot of truck drivers see it, honk, honk,
Right.
And I love it because, like you said in the video you sent me, that's going to be coming out. I love this local. This is the only local I've been a part of,
Right.
other than the one when I did the second job.
Right.
But this is the first one I've been a part of,
Right.
and this is the only one I'm a part of. And then going forth, I'm not doing anything else.
Right.
So I plan on retiring a Teamster, and I'm going to be here forever. I've been here 19 years. I'm going to be here the rest of my career.
Right.
And I'll never forget the first day I worked for this company, and then 19 years ago. I still remember it like it was yesterday. On the little cornerstone sheet they asked us to fill out, one of the last questions they asked, they're like, how long do you think you'll be with UPS?
Right.
And I said, till I retire.
Right.
And I was the only person that put that on the paper. And you know what? Everybody laughed at me, even the teacher. And I was like, wow. I was like, I can't believe that's not like a common answer because, growing up, UPS was a great job. And even till today, when you see people, they automatically think you're a driver. They don't know about the hub part.
Right.
But if you say, tell somebody you work for UPS, what's the first thing out their mouth?
Oh, wow, that's a good job.
That's a good job.
Right.
Wow, how long you been there? Oh my God, wow, that's cool. You got a good pension. You got some
Right.
strong stuff going on. I mean, you still hear that to this day. And you got to understand, we're not fighting each other. We are just stating facts of what's going on, so you can understand what's going on in our local. So what makes it worse is that it feels like we're fighting amongst,
Well, I mean,
our e-board and the company.
I mean, there's a level of I guess, a fight that you do have to have because you do want to think. If in order to make things change, you do have to fight. Yeah. And it's ironically, our e-board is the problem. Yeah. And UPS is benefiting from what's been going on. Yeah. And that's the bigger picture. We have to stop them from doing what they've been doing. And the only way to do that is that we have to change the direction of our local. We have to change the people who's in charge, and that's the only way that we can begin to win. That's the only way.
Well, how long have they been in office?
Since I've been here.
Yeah. Since you've been here, so let's say over 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go 20 years back. What was the key back then? Because everything has changed. Because I was talking to somebody last night. They were like, everything has changed. I was like, yeah. I was like, everything has changed. Things have progressed. Our paychecks have got different. The starting rates different. Everything has changed but that. I don't understand why it hasn't changed. I'm like, we know why, because nobody votes. But you got to understand, like, mindsets are also stuck in that 20 years ago. I mean, what, VHS was around. It wasn't even a DVD. I mean, the Cowboys were on top, and we know how they are.
20 years ago, people had no reason to vote for anybody else. See, right now, what we've been doing, not only do we have a reason to vote for somebody else, they have people who they can vote for. Yeah. So you can be bad, you can be the worst e-board ever, but if there's nobody to take their spot, then they're going to get back in. Yeah. We give the people a choice,
an option,
and we give them a good option.
Right.
And if you think about it, Shanahan's told us at the union meeting he would never undermine the IBT. So even if the IBT undermines the membership, you're not going to say anything, which they did. Right. When they came to our hall and they told us they wasn't going to pay $90.90, and they said all that stuff, they chose not to go to the convention to confront them. And like Richard was saying earlier, a member came to us, and the reason why we couldn't put him on our slate was not that we couldn't. He didn't want to be on the slate because he didn't want to lose the backing of Shanahan. So if you're telling me that if you come out and say you're with us, they're not going to back you, how can you preach that they're good leaders? Because that's just saying they're only going to fight for who supports them. And it took a lot for us to come up and stand up, because we actually were believed in them back in 2013.
Yeah.
And when we seen different, as men, we had to stand up and say, no, what y'all doing is wrong. We need to fight for better. We're not just going to lay down and let the IBT or whoever just walk all over us. So that's the biggest reason why I decided to run is because I love this local, I love the membership, and when I seen the members, I seen the leaders who's supposed to be protecting the members laying down and letting stuff go on, then you have to stand up and fight for it. So if you're not going to back me because I'm speaking up against you, then that goes to your leadership. It has nothing to do with the members. It's your leadership that should be questioned.
Yeah, but really was a breaking point for me, and I know you guys heard this story before, but it was in 2014 that we was doing the campaigning for Tom Wolf's first time running for governor, and it was myself. I never forget it. And everybody can check this story out because Harry Brown was there. Harry Brown works at Oregon Avenue, Twilight Midnight. You can ask him; he was there. So I'm not gonna lie. It was me, Harry Brown, Shanahan, George, Whartonby, Joni, and Morris. We was all sitting in the shop store where they had a shop store meeting at. And I sat down in the chair and I said, hey, listen, man, we got a lot of problems. The members are not happy with this contract. We don't see you guys at the hall. And you guys didn't tell us the truth about everything that was going on. You know, how can we fix this? I didn't say how can they fix it. I said, how can we fix it? And they looked at me. I still remember how they was looking, man. Morris put his hand in his pocket, started jingling around his change. Shanahan, he was looking at me like, yo, you can't say that. So they told me, and I'll never forget it. They said, go back and tell the members, stop crying, pull their pants up. I was like, what? Do you see what just happened? Did you see what just happened with this contract in 2013? Man, they was not trying to hear it. Go back to the members, start crying, put their pants up. So I said, oh, that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I signed up for.
The funny thing about that whole thing is that, you know, it's easier to say that when you're on the outside looking in.
Right, so I says...
pull your pants up and deal with it.
Right,
like, I mean,
right.
Seriously, you're not dealing with it like we do. You're dealing with it in a different way, and you got reelected and you had 3 more years.
But that's the problem.
Right.
And they don't have to live with the
consequences of what they do.
Yeah, I see.
So then when I said something like, you know, that's not what I signed up for. You know, this is not what leadership is supposed to look like. So then they tell me, I'll never forget this part. They said, well, you go back and tell Jumbo. No, they said, go back and tell the members to ask Jumbo to help them. So I said, wow. I said, if I'm Jumbo, you know what I'm saying? You didn't vote for me.
Yeah.
You didn't vote for me. And that was the beginning of the divide right there. That was the beginning.
And right there, you know what I got from what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
You're basically making fun of a member that's actually going out his way to make change. And that's a joke to you.
Yeah.
And that's a joke coming from the higher ups that we're actually paying for. You know, we're paying dues to them. And you know, a member is going out the way.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Hey, Abe, that's the other guys you was talking about, my man. That's the other guys. The other slate that ran last time. It wasn't us. All right, go ahead.
Oh, okay. We had to clear something. We see we are live both ways, Facebook and here, and on the radio. So I mean, you're basically, even though somebody has, you know, a conflict of interest with you, they don't like what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. You're going to basically make fun of them because they're going out and doing their ways. They're you know, campaigning and they're putting facts out there. You know, because guess what? All the stuff that Jumbo's been doing, he was right. And he was right. And guess what? For him being right, you get mad at him because he's putting the truth out there.
You know, and that's the thing.
This is for a long time.
And I know moving forward, people are going to try to bring that whole dynamic up of how we was supporting them, how we was against Jumbo. And I hope that does come out because that actually benefits what our narrative is. You don't want your leader to stay the same. You want them to change. You want them to grow. If we still mad at Jumbo and we still out here doing this and that, then we haven't grown.
Yeah.
How can I tell and fight for the membership about growth and we being productive and proactive if we stay the same?
Yeah.
You know, it takes a stronger leader to stand up and notice that something is wrong and try to fix it.
Yeah.
See, what these guys do, they know the stuff that's going on is wrong, but they don't have the heart to stand up and try to change anything. So back in 2013, we tried to support them, and once we realized what was actually really going on, we had the heart to stand up and say, no, this ain't right. And and you can either fight with us to change it, or if we got to fight against you as well, and that's what we're going to do. But you as a leader should be, your best interest should be
The members.
Right.
Your first priority should be the membership.
Exactly.
Everything else should be second, because the member, you don't get you get your dues from the membership. That's you get your dues from.
Not the IBT.
Not the IBT
or the company.
So
Right.
your first priority should be the membership, and that's the biggest problem I have with them guys is the members are not a priority.
So you said we have a big collaboration coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Now this, I'm really excited about this. I've been working on this for a little bit. On August the 26th, on 106.5 FM, WPPM, downtown. It's a radio station called Labor Justice Radio, and we're going to be on their show, and you guys going to be able to. We're working on you guys being able to call in and ask us questions. You know how you can type in stuff here, but you're going to be able to actually call in. Everybody can hear you all across the city.
Yep.
And, put us on the spot, answer the hard-hitting questions, whatever it is that you may have to ask. You're going to be able to email those questions also, because we want to hear from you guys, and we want to be able to answer those questions in real time, because this is very, very important, and this is serious, what's going on. And what we plan on doing is going to be a great, great work for our local. But you guys are going to have to participate.
Absolutely.
And I want you guys to participate in this radio collaboration that we're going to do on the 26th.
Now, the breaking news is, and I want to make sure I get it with you, all of 623 Life's Matters Slate will be on this show. We will be together, every one of us. So when you say you don't see us together, we will be all together that day, and you can ask us all questions.
All questions, everybody.
And it will be live on the radio, April 26th. What time?
August 26th from 5.
I'm in April. We're already in office in my mind.
August 26th, 5 p.m. 5, I think, from 5 to 6. So we want you guys to call in. Get your questions prepared now.
Yes.
Just call in.
Do we have a phone number?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I'll be putting it out there as soon as
we get all the information. I'll make sure I'll put something out and we'll promote it properly.
Yeah.
Keep tuned to our Facebook and whatnot and our social media.
Right. This is very, very. This is serious what we're doing, y'all.
Exactly.
Serious.
And we also anybody can call them with the questions.
Right.
Whether you support us, whether you don't support us, any question that they need an answer to.
And you guys can come down here, be on the radio station, same thing.
Also invite any opposing slate to call in and ask us a question
Exactly.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, even before then, if you guys want to come down to the show, any guys that's running, I mean, I think it would be good.
I mean, we meet with you, so why not we have you here?
Right, because last week we had a meeting with Ron Bennett. We was talking about, and everybody was like, oh man, I can't leave. Listen, I'm for everybody. I don't care if you're with me, against me, hate me, love me, like me. I'm with you.
And that's the one thing I want to reiterate. When we get in office, and I say when because I'm very confident in our core group, when we get in office, we're not going to be questioned like we're questioning our evil.
Right.
Because guess what? There's not going to be favorites because you all are our favorites.
Right.
If you don't like me, I love you. I'm not going to sit here and like, oh, you hate my guts, I hate you. No. I'm going to fight for you like I fight for the person that loves me. I'm not going to treat anybody differently, and I will resign if you guys feel that way about me because I will not do it.
You know what? And the ATM committee, I agree with what you said. The ATM committee, the purpose of us having that is so that we are going to be our biggest critics. We're going to hold each other accountable.
Exactly.
So if I see Romeo slipping, I'm going to tell him. He sees me slipping, he's going to tell
Exactly.
him. Same thing with everybody in this group. We're going to be our own biggest
I mean,
critics.
we do it now with each other, and we're not in office because we care so much about the cause.
Right.
And we have meetings, we have phone calls, we do our things. There's a lot behind the scenes that you guys don't see that we do because we care so much, and we are constantly I'm calling Hook like what? I'm on vacation calling Hook every other day because I got ideas and stuff and everything going on. And you know, he's answering the phone, I'm answering the phone. We're only a phone call away, and which is great.
Right.
See, right now, you call the hall, you get an answering service. You go down to the hall, you can't get in.
And you see your car there.
And the car's there.
Y'all
no, it's true. We had a member say
I know, he told me.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah.
We actually had a situation with the bylaw amendment. We had members who never came to a meeting, came down to vote, and after they worked the whole shift, got down to the meeting, was told you can't come in because we ain't open yet. Made them sit out there for over an hour.
And they paid for the building.
Exactly.
Ain't that something?
Exactly.
Your dudes keep the lights on, you can't get in. Now
it's amazing.
It's that little stuff. And I know people might say, "Oh man, Hook is petty," but listen, that's the stuff that we working with here.
They couldn't go in and sit down and
after working all night. You know, you want people to vote. You beg them to vote.
But
they come down to vote, and
let's even go deeper into that vortex. You want people to come to a meeting.
There you go. Right.
You want people to show up.
Not that meeting, though.
No.
Well,
I mean, listen, they got upset because they were like, because I remember, they got on the little microphone and were like, listen, you know, I understand why you guys came out.
Yeah.
But why can't it be like this all the time? Well, because you don't let nobody in the building. I mean, seriously, I'm going to come in after a hard day's shift. I'm going to go directly there because it's going to benefit me than going home. Because if I go home, I know I'm going to shower, I'm going to eat something, I'm going to change, I'm going to go to bed. You know, that's what I'm going to do after a hard day's work because this ain't easy work.
Right.
You know, so instead of doing that, I'm going to come directly to the union hall after my shift because I want to catch the union meeting. I want to be informed, and I get there a little early. And maybe I could catch some air because it's hot.
Right.
You tell me I can't come in?
Well,
yeah, where's the brothers?
But you know
where's the unity? Come on.
That actually ties into what we were saying earlier. Is the reason why they stayed off for so long is because people didn't have people that they can vote for to vote against them. So you want people to come down to the meetings, but you're giving them nothing to come down there for.
And that's the point.
That's the
right
problem.
There. That's the point.
We gave them a reason to come down there.
Right.
We gave them a reason to come down there, and they showed up in force.
How about that?
So instead of you embracing the crowd that we had, you antagonize them.
You know what?
That's what you did. You antagonized
that whole thing there. I think it would have been a good thing if Shanahan and a group would have really stood behind that whole bylaw amendment.
Not only that,
because it helps everybody. It's not just. Even if we don't get in, it's going to help the people that's in there, and it's going to keep going for the future.
He could have made that, like we said earlier, made that whole thing work in his favor.
He could have
made himself look great.
He could
had
have really
a lot of all type information and been very informal and stuff like that. And handled
really
the crowd good. He didn't.
They could have really used that and say, "Listen, we're gonna get behind that because we promoting and we like to see member participation and we like this kind of thing." And he really could say, "Yo, this is what we want."
Not only that, if he would have said even deeper, let's go deeper. I like going deeper into things. If he would have sat up there and goes, "Listen, our brother Richard Hooker came up with this amendment, the bylaw amendment, and guess what? You guys can too. If you have something, that you would like to change, get with me." Get with Brother Hooker.
That would have been really good.
And let's see what we could change.
Because I'm going to tell you something.
Because guess what? This turnout means you guys want change, and I'm all about change. And that right there, will you look at him differently?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, man.
That would have been amazing.
I'd have been thrown off. Like, oh, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Because he's backing you, and he's showing everybody.
It would have been.
But that's what he ain't telling people is Greyhound, who's in this local, has that already.
Oh.
They're already in negogations with Shannon. So when Shannon negotiated the Greyhound contract, they already have
in the back of his mind, he's probably like.
So to me, if you have Greyhound into their negotiations,
that was cold-blooded.
What are you hiding with us?
That was cool. I'm telling you,
what are you hiding?
When I went down there and our sister told us that, I was like, what? And she was like, she looked at me like,
you don't have it?
What you mean, man? And she was like, yeah, man, we been had that. I was you know how my voice get when I get. I was like, what? And everybody looking at me. I'm like, I just couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
He operates on, he don't want the membership to know what they need to know. So if you don't know what you need to know, then it's just like the contract. With all these gray areas, he can twist and turn it or push it from side to side, however he chooses to do it. So if he keeps the membership not knowing and keep the membership in that gray area, he can control your thinking.
Yeah.
He can control everything. And as a true leader, you become stronger as the membership strengthens.
Right, because if it was me and I was up there and I had somebody come in there with a bylaw minute, man, I would have been like, yo, man, I'm gonna give him a standing ovation. I'm like, yo, we're gonna promote this. We're gonna help you get it done. I've been out of my way to make sure that member knew, and everybody that supported that amendment, they would have known that I'll stand with them.
Exactly.
That's how you make the union stronger.
Well, it's united we stand, divided we fall.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is everything's separated in little groups. It's almost like a high school cafeteria.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember being in high school. You know, you got certain criteria here, there, everywhere,
Right.
and you're choosing where you want to sit.
Right.
And that's the thing about it. You know, somebody don't like you, you're not sitting
quick.
with them.
Hey, Carlo, congratulations on the year anniversary on your
I will.
on your restaurant,
Phone's
man.
over on the side.
That was really good. I ate there before. Yeah, everybody check his restaurant out on Thirsty Soul down here on Passion, right here on what's that, 16th?
Okay.
Yeah, really, really good. He's one of our brothers. He drives out of Oregon Avenue. Yeah, man, really good food. They got these strawberry wings. Oh, man, they good. They
Sounds
really
good.
So if you got to get a chance, go down there to the Thirsty Soul. That's one of our spots that our brother Carlos Salvatore he has.
Nice.
It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that makes sure we go down and support him in his business venture. Yesterday was their 1 year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so we want to give a big shout out to you, Carlo.
Get the address against me right
Yeah,
now.
16th, I believe it's 16th in Passion, right there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right around the
16th
corner.
Yeah, right. You're right. When I come here, I go right by it every day.
Okay.
Or every Wednesday. So yeah, make sure y'all stop by there, man. It's really, really
Thanks
good.
for your support.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Really good. Really good.
So it's Wednesday. We have. I'm gonna tell you guys the schedule. What's going on with me? Because I've been hitting the gates. I hit preload on in the Air Hub and preload Oregon Ave this morning. So you know I'm getting no sleep, but you know it's all for the members to get educated. Today I'm gonna go early and be at the gates at the PH Hub for Twilight, and tomorrow I will be at the gates PH Hub for Oregon Avenue for Twilight. So that's what I'm going to do. And then Friday, I'm going to figure out, I'm either going to go try and hit midnight on my break and stand out there and give out flyers for the people coming in. But, you know, Friday we know it's a skeleton crew, so you ain't going to get that much coming in.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do drivers next week. I'm going to try and hit all the drivers I can. So I'm going to make you guys my priority next week because, like I said, we got all criteria that work with us. Saturday, Hook is going to be at
But Friday, I'm gonna try to get out to Oregon Avenue, the drivers, and then Saturday morning, get out there and hit the preloaders and drivers that work.
So that's where I'm going to be with Hook on Saturday in the preload. I'm going to make that promise to be with him. You know, like I said.
Saturday coming up?
Yep. Who needs sleep? I'll be there. You want to come?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. So you have a promise from us three. You're going to be at the gates at Oregon Avenue. At what time? 6?
6:30.
6:30 a.m. at Oregon Avenue. We'll be there, and we love both hubs equally. That's why we're going back and forth. We're showing love to everybody. Just because we work at the Air Hub doesn't mean we can't show our faces at Oregon Avenue.
Yeah, we've been everywhere over this past few years. We wanted to make sure that we hit all of our buildings, the air service centers, downtown. We've hit everybody. Greyhound.
Yeah.
We've hit everybody because everybody has to participate. Everybody.
623 lives matter,
Exactly.
and that's not just one. It's everybody.
Everybody.
And that's why we're everywhere.
So again, later on today, I'm gonna put a link up because this morning I was on the American Workforce Radio out in Ohio. So we're gonna put that up. I want you guys to listen to that. Again, everybody's taking notice of our local, and we're really trying to put our local on the map for our work and labor in the community everywhere, because it helps for organizing. You can't go out and organize another company if you're not doing nothing in your own barn.
You don't get acknowledged across the country if you're not doing anything.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. People are saying we're not doing anything. Well, you know, other people acknowledging us. I mean, you said you were on a radio in Ohio.
Right, this morning, yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, how they get your information? How they contact with you?
People, they
pass it along.
Yeah,
I mean,
the members know that we've been very, very diligent in what we've been doing. So
exactly,
I'm not worried about. You always gonna have something like I always say. All of us here can come up with a cure of cancer.
Oh, I understand.
And people just gonna hate us anyway.
Well,
it's just the way it is.
I'm just trying to say we're down in Philly, and people in
Oh.
Ohio
Oh,
are
yeah.
seeing you. So it's like, you know,
Trust me.
we're knocking on the door, and they're hearing us all the way out there.
People in our local, they know, they see it, and I think what it is, they're trying to grasp on to that last bit of hope that we can keep the status quo. They got to keep these guys in there. We don't want change. We don't want this. We don't want that. But it's going to happen. It's already happened. I mean, I hate to say this. The only reason why George, Billy Morris, Whartonby quit, Kevin Malley stepping down, the only reason why those guys did that,
Because they knew that
because of
the storm was coming.
because what we've been doing.
Yeah.
If we haven't done anything, Morris wouldn't retire, Whartonby wouldn't quit, Malley wouldn't quit, and whatever the case may be. I'm not trying to toot our own horn and everything, but we have already made change. We've been making change. Part of those changes is getting those guys out of office, and we succeeded in most of it.
And there's
Guys, enjoyed the show. We can get out of here.
Yeah.
And
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah. Any last remarks you guys got?
I'm going to say, 623 Lives Matter. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah.
Any upcoming information that we want to put out there, we basically put a bunch of stuff on our social medias, videos, pictures, information, any questions. I keep getting pulled for questions and answers. I if I don't have them, I get them. I tag my brothers. If they don't have them, they get them. So I want to say thank you to everybody that's has faith in me and coming to me and asking.
I'm just going to say, if you want better, vote better. Vote 63 Lives Matter.
7 weeks.
Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna get out of here. Just want you guys to make sure you guys vote. 7 weeks. The nomination process, and then the ballots will come out right after that. And then it's going to be on you guys. We've done the work, I believe, and hopefully you guys have been paying attention to what has been happening. Our local leadership has been stagnant. There's no growth. They don't promote growth amongst the members. And so the only way we can win against the company, the members have to grow together, we have to fight together, and we have to be together. And the only way to do that, we got to unite around some good leadership. And hopefully you guys will vote for us. I believe you guys will. But we're going to get out of here. Don't forget, look out for that link. We're going to put up there later about the show we did this morning. And we love you guys. That's why we do this. And don't forget, 7 weeks, 623 Lives Matter.